Hi, Vencore weather meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, November 19th. Quite an amazing morning here in the eastern part of the U.S. Numerous records, more than 170 records have been broken this morning, including several right here in the I-95 corridor between D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City. For example, the airports BWI, LaGuardia, JFK, broke records this morning. Dulles Airport in Virginia broke a record. Philadelphia Airport tied a record this morning at 20 degrees earlier today. Just an amazing morning throughout the eastern and southern part of the country. We showed this map yesterday morning. This comes from coolweather.com. All of these areas are at record lows or near record lows throughout the eastern part of the nation and way down into the deep south. Few areas you see black circles. These are areas where they have reached the lowest temperature ever for the month of November. Quite impressive indeed, since there are several days left in the month of November. But again, blue circles here with the white perimeters represent record lows for the date. And indeed, up and down the East Coast, all the way down into the deep south as this record Arctic outbreak continues. Well, let's take a close-up look at the surface map here in the northeastern part of the country. We'll focus in on the Great Lakes effect snow that, of course, has been pounding the Buffalo region, for example, just to the south of Buffalo. Lancaster, for example, a suburb of Buffalo, has received 5 feet of snow already, and it's a very localized event. The Buffalo Airport, just a few miles away, has officially received about 4 inches of snow. 5 feet just to the south of Buffalo. And right now we can see the wind flow is kind of relaxed a little bit in this part of the country out of the south. And what was happening all day yesterday is we had the perfect setup for the southern suburbs of Buffalo to get pounded by snow include a southwesterly flow of air right across Lake Erie. That particular wind direction, that exact wind direction, allows for the air to ride over the lake for a longer period of time, picks up moisture, and then just simply dumps it in massive amounts of snow in southwestern New York, just to the south of Buffalo. So the combination yesterday of the perfect wind direction out of the southwest, since that lake is oriented indeed southwest to northeast, along with the temperature difference between the air, which is brutally cold for this time of the year, and the relatively warm water temperatures, that causes instability in the lower part of the atmosphere. And indeed, it turns out to be like a summer thunderstorm type of pattern that can just dump lots of precipitation in a short period of time over a real localized area. Now, these winds have relaxed, so therefore these lake effect snows have relaxed somewhat this morning. However, an approaching frontal system that will usher in more Arctic air into the northeastern part of the country over the next couple of days will intensify that wind flow, and things will pick up once again later today, tonight, and tomorrow in that part of the country. Buffalo could get a couple more feet of snow by the time late Thursday rolls around. Well, here's the latest surface map. Indeed, here's that next cool frontal system, a cold frontal system with more Arctic air coming in behind it. Notice the winds are turning ahead of that front to out of the southwest across the Ohio Valley. And this will translate to a warmer day here on Thursday. Temperatures will actually struggle today to pass the freezing mark up and down the I-95 corridor, way below normal for this time of the year, although winds will be less noticeable than yesterday. But tomorrow, given the southwesterly flow in the lower part of the atmosphere, high temperatures should jump up into the 40s, still below normal for this time of the year, but noticeably milder than today. But then this frontal system passes through the Mid-Atlantic I-95 corridor region tomorrow night. Friday, we're back in the deep freeze, high temperatures confined to the 30s. It stays cold on Saturday, but then a big warm-up comes on Sunday and Monday, although that warm-up will be accompanied by some rain. Well, let's take a look at a few computer forecast maps. This is using last night's 0Z GFS model run. We'll look at this evening, go 12-hour increments all the way to Friday morning. By this evening, that southwesterly flow in the lower part of the atmosphere will develop here in the Mid-Atlantic I-95 region, and that will prevent temperatures from dropping much overnight tonight. Early this morning, we were way down in the teens in many areas, especially the suburbs of the big cities. That will not happen tomorrow morning. We'll drop down only to the mid to upper 20s, which of course is still way below normal for this time of the year, but considerably less extreme tonight as compared with last night, thanks to the development of southwesterly winds in the lower part of the atmosphere, and there will be some clouds rolling in late today and especially overnight tonight. All of this ahead of another Arctic frontal system. Let's now jump ahead to Thursday morning. Well, by tomorrow morning, that colder air starts to move into the I-95 corridor, at least initially in the upper part of the atmosphere. So we still should reach the 40s. The front comes through dry here. What it does around Buffalo, though, it changes the wind direction again, and they could get some more of a pounding with west to southwest winds redeveloping in that part of the country. So certainly another foot or two of snow possible behind this next frontal system in southwestern New York, just to the south of Buffalo, Thursday and Thursday evening. Let's now jump ahead to tomorrow night. Well, by tomorrow night, that next batch of Arctic air definitely moves into the I-95 corridor. We'll get very cold again, down in the low 20s, perhaps to 20 degrees in some parts of the I-95 corridor late Thursday night, early Friday morning. A stiff northwest breeze redevelops around here for Thursday night into Friday. Let's now jump ahead to the Friday morning forecast map. Well, here we go. Friday, just a cold day again. Temperatures confined to the 30s. A stiff northwest breeze as this next batch of Arctic air arrives. It stays cold on Saturday, mostly sunny, however, on Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday will feature a big warm-up here in the northeastern part of the country, but rain is likely later in the day on Sunday into Sunday evening and occasional showers on Monday. So certainly there will be a big warm-up, perhaps even 60-plus degrees by Monday, but that warm-up on Sunday and Monday will be accompanied by some rainfall. So a very cold day here today, but not quite as windy as it was yesterday. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.